school gym looked like this. Maybe add a couple dodgeballs in the mix, but deep in Florida lies a place that redefines the term high school. IMG Academy. You know those teams where you basically poop your pants because you're so afraid to play them? That's them. They're a fitness powerhouse with state-of-the-art gyms, 65 tennis courts, an 18-hole golf course, amazing healthy food, and so much more. I think even the chess team all have shredded six-packs. And I've been lucky enough to be admitted for a day, so let's go back to high school. It is bright and early, and we're in the hotel at a high school, which you don't say that every day, but it makes sense because there's no alcohol in the mini fridge. This is just a glimpse of what is to come. Like, take a look at the freaking football field over there. Looks like
dude, that is insane.
Facility.
That's crazy.
I was a geek. I should two-strap it. We got picked up by a golf cart to get around because this campus is just so big, and going back to high school, I have 4 goals. Participate in as many sports as possible, actually blend in, be popular for once, and of course, get my protein in. Our first stop of the day was meeting up with VP of Athletics, Brian Nash, to give us a little tour of some of the sports facilities.
Is that Evok Zubac? Is that Zubac on there? From Clippers?
Toronto was a 2-time Naismith National Player of the Year. Our valedictorian actually last year was a 6-year student athlete here.
The words ain't important, y'all. Just the imagery. I've never seen any of these videos. I've never seen this video. Fair use, fair use. Fair use. This is not my video. I'm just going over this for educational purposes.
Actually train this morning and then shower up and then they'll go to school this afternoon. It's a long day. They're going from 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning to 6, 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah. So you say most kids that come here, like the goal is pro?
Well, we have 18 players playing in the NBA right now.
18?
18 alumni that are in, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you feel like students get a lot of pressure here?
Yeah, I think, it's a competitive environment. A lot of people that come here were the best person on their baseball team or their soccer team, and now you come in an environment where you're competing against each other. The separating factor for us is the mental performance coaches, the leadership coaches, the nutrition coaches. You kind of get kicked and knocked down a little bit, and we're here to help
the power of
pick you back up,
protein.
but that ultimately builds the character that's going to help you be successful.
This hallway is crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, right?
Yeah, these are all pro players.
Yeah, these are all alumni that are.
Yeah, that looks like. Yeah, I recognize a lot of those guys. But I'm really an old school guy, man. I'm not all into this modern day technology. You come in there, you lift weights, you play the game, you get, have a decent diet, get some rest, and then you go back up there and do it all over again. It's that simple.
In the pros, it's about 3%.
Yeah, that's Zubac right there.
High school, so how about that?
Wow. How many kids apply every year? Would you say on average?
Somewhere between 700 and 800 new students every year. Our overall student population is just a little bit south of 1,600 students.
Okay. What? That's it?
Yeah.
And how big is the campus? It's huge.
It's 600 acres. Yeah. Big school.
600 acres.
Is that from this year?
That's 2019. That was the first national championship, and our boys team has been somewhere between number 1 and number 3 in the country for most of the season, and our girls are 6th in the country right now. It used to be the Geico Nationals, now it's the Chipotle Nationals. So
I like that. Chipotle's great. I should have focused more on sports when I was in high school.
I watch a lot of these
doubling my lunch money.
college highlights and stuff like that, and it amazes me how many guys nowadays just don't have haircuts. Nobody wants a haircut. Everybody wants to have long hair. It's just one of the weirdest things ever. You have it and you see everybody on the team got it. Why the hell you still want it? Whatever. Look at him. Look at this shit here. This shit I'm talking about. Everybody got this mushroom top shit.
Athletics and academics, proving it's more than just a sports powerhouse.
We have 65 tennis courts on campus.
Wow. Is that like one?
God, dog, that's incredible.
No, we have 225 students, I think, in the tennis program right now. So it's 65 courts, 4 clay courts, red clay courts.
That is
5
insane.
indoors. When you look at the history of the program, you know, just this year alone, one of our current student athletes, Wakana Sanabi, just won the Australian Junior championship. She defeated the #1 player in the world.
Yeah, she
Last
cute.
year, we had one of our males, Ray Sakamoto, won the Australian Open as well too.
No way.
We had 9 alumni or pro trainees here that played the French Open.
Wow. That's quite the sight.
Yeah. It's like when you're going to play in the French Open, that's that surface, so you actually get to practice on the surface you're going to play on. From a facility standpoint, you don't find anything better.
Back in high school, if I wanted to play tennis, I had to go play against myself against a brick wall.
Against the wall.
You know? Yeah. As you can see, we're in the volleyball facility, and I'm about to participate with the girls. I'm intimidated, to say the least. They're very intense. Oh my god. Oh. All right, here we go. Okay. Oh hell. Not yet?
Nigga. I gotta give it to volleyball.
I think they clapped for me.
I gotta give it to volleyball players, man. When I try volleyball, that's a sport that, for you women out there, you feminists, I gotta get that to y'all, man. To have the ability to slap the hell out of a ball that hard and jump, it's just like baseball. When you're on shortstop and somebody hits just a line drive right to your chest, you have a fraction of a second to make a decision. And it's incredible, man. I used to, goof around playing volleyball, and it's a crazy sport, man. It's a crazy sport.
Thank you.
Girls' volleyball practice was no joke. It was pure chaos, non-stop running, screaming, and balls flying at me like they were shot out of a cannon.
Yeah.
The serves were hard and unexpected, which I guess is exactly how I like it. But still, when it was my turn to return, I was just so scared, and my forearms were starting to feel it.
Ow! You're running away from it! Like,
You're scary. Oh, both sides? Oh, fuck. Alright, this is the one.
for sure.
Oh. The claps got a lot quieter when I went. How long have you been coming here for?
It's my second year because I just started the program last year.
Do they make it pretty easy for you to balance like school and like sports? Like, did you ever feel like stressed? Like they kind of overlap at all, or?
I mean, yeah, obviously.
Yeah,
But
okay.
I mean, it just depends. You can make it harder or easier for yourself. It just depends on like how well you take care of your schedule.
Okay. And what's your favorite
True.
thing about like being a student here?
I think just the community I've made with volleyball, like all my teammates, like they're like my sisters. So
Yeah.
it's cool.
How did I do from 1 to 10? You can be honest. It's fine.
Like a 4, 5.
Really? A 4?
Yeah, we definitely have some work to do, so hopefully I can make up for it later on and earn some respect from some of the students. Going from practice to class is a very common thing here for most students, so after volleyball, I made my way
He's
over to a
developed
class
his rear
hoping nobody
delts.
would
I
notice,
see that much.
But immediately kids wanted to arm wrestle, and thankfully I won.
Phil Heath told him that his rear delts were poor.
Any classrooms with football kids.
Today we're going to talk about protein, okay? So protein is really powerful, but what am I always telling you guys to get before matches, before training? Carbohydrates, right? Why carbohydrates?
This class is dope. You're actually learning about things that truly matter. When I was in high school, I
Yay,
learned
I don't hear
things
this
that
shit.
have never helped me.
Too much video to watch. Not enough
never
time.
Really thought much of his credit scores until he got Credit Karma and used his scores to score more. Like
Skip the ad and they gonna make me
Into
watch
Credit
it.
Karma. Karma you can count on. Download the app today.
You know what, guys? I got one better for you. Before I go to the gym, let's take a look at some of the games that I play. Of course, we have basketball right there. Told you I can't live without my wrestling. Green Hell and Vigor. What the hell they want with this? What do you want with this? Paused? You damn right. I'm using my data for that. But anyway, yeah, those are the games that I play. If y'all haven't, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can YouTube these games. I mean, basketball, wrestling. These two are probably the only two that are, worth looking up as far as, like, what it is and stuff like that. Yeah, I wasn't feeling that video. I wasn't feeling that. That was boring. Of course, let's just go to the games that I have that are installed. Assassin's Creed. That football game for Nintendo Switch is god-awful. Needs to be thrown in the trash. Bullet Battle. Don't play that. Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z. Don't play it. I just bought it for no reason. Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse 2. Kind of just same old shit. I got tired of playing it because you're just fighting random people over and over and over again. It's just kind of like, again, for kids. Dragon's Dogma. This is a game that I want, to actually get back into. It's an open world game, very complicated, but it kind of goes with the way I like to play those fantasy sci-fi games and stuff like that, but it just takes a lot of memory that wrestling took up. Ultimate Fishing Ultimate Simulator. I don't play it because the best fishing game is Bass Pro and Bassmaster, which is $45 that I just don't have the money for. So I bought this one thinking that it was on par with the other one, but it's not. Of course, Gear Club. That is the Nintendo Switch's quote-unquote Forza. About the best racing game out on the Nintendo Switch, in my opinion, next to Grid. But it's very simple. That's why I don't have it installed, because it's just a very simple game. Hunting Simulator. That is the most realistic hunting game you can find for the Switch. You have to have patience with that game. You will find yourself dozing off, of course, if you're smoking and whatever. It is going to get kind of get stagnant when you're waiting for animals to hunt. But that's the realistic part about it, because every other game I've ever played, even like Red Dead Redemption, it's way too easy to find animals to hunt. Way too easy. And in real life, you don't find animals like that. They're just not out in the open like that. So, again, great game, Hunting Simulator. Of course, baseball. Graphics are incredible. I just don't have it installed, obviously, because of it takes a lot of memory. Modern Combat Blackout, don't play it. In my opinion, Vigor has the best shooting mechanics of any game on the Switch. I do not play Mortal Shell. I do not play 2K13 because of, I think I've explained this before. They've taken what I would call like pre-movements. So in the past, if you click the analog stick left, right, he's going to dribble the ball left, right as you're doing it. But since I think 2K23, I believe, they even did it with 2K20, where they have this what you call pre-control movements. So if you pass the ball inbounds, you don't even have to touch the analog sticks. Your player's gonna do maybe like 2 seconds worth of movements that are unvolunteered by you, and you can gain control after he's done with these movements. But it's a very, very, 2K has really screwed up the mechanics when it comes to basketball games, wanting to basically make the game more illiterate for people who didn't like it before, where you have full control. But now you click the analog stick a couple ways and just kind of let the player do what he does. he'll then just do the animation that was programmed into the game. It's kind of hard to explain, but that's the best way I can explain it. You don't have full control. Like when you go for alley hoops, you used to be able to just jump in the air, press. I'm talking, hell, sometime at the last minute, because I couldn't see the guy that was lobbing me the ball. Last minute, I would catch the ball, and all you got to do is press Y or, you know, square or whatever, and he'll catch it and dunk it. But now you have to time it. It's so stupid. That's why I don't have it installed. Red Dead Redemption, of course, game don't even need no explaining. Suzanne, that game you see right there. That game is something else, man. You play a president with control over your country, and that game is rigged. That game lets you know that in real life there is no way of saving your country the honest way. I've played that game probably over 7 times, beat it over 7 times, and all 7 times they end up trying to impeach you for reasons that are just so retarded. They'll say stuff like, you know, it's so ridiculous, and the game frustrated the hell out of me. Again, I've played it over 7 times. Even when you try to play it where you're on the bad guy's side per se, still doesn't work. You can be the good guy, still doesn't work. You can try to play it down the middle, still doesn't work. It's a weird game. It lets you know corruption is at all levels. Warface, don't play that. I just don't. I mean, there's no reason why. Warframe, Yu-Gi-Oh, and that's it. My wish list are the games that I told you guys about. Let's go to the wish list. Special Warface, that's a new game. It's supposed to be some new and enhanced, kind of like Call of Duty for the Switch. Metro and Exodus, I just have those games just because. Wild Hunting Simulator, Wild Hunting. That's another hunting game. That again, you find animals too often. That's not realistic. A lot of these are on my wish list because sometimes they go on sale. I love playing pool, skateboarding. Still, I've always liked skateboarding since I was a kid. So I'm waiting on those games to go back on sale. Gear Club 2, Grid, golf. Love golf. I love golf. Yeah. Bassmaster, that's the game I told you guys about. See that? Yu-Gi-Oh! More fishing. Yu-Gi-Oh! Dragon Ball Z. And another survival game. But you're on it's called Stranded Deep. Guys gotta bear with me. My throat is just very aggravated. But those are the games that I play. I'll then post gameplay about them. But in the future, I'll try to find a better video, guys, for me to react to. That one was boring. I'm getting ready to go to the gym. I may record my gym session. I'm not sure. And again, the only reason I don't record it is because I don't have anywhere to put the phone. I move around so often, I don't have anywhere to put the phone, and the last thing I need is me walking around there and somebody snatch my phone, or whatever. So have a good day, you guys. I'm out.